Hello, fellow gamers, and welcome to the Video Gamers Podcast. Arc Raiders is taking over the world. And whether you're already a massive fan or curious what the hype is, we've got you covered in this episode. But before we get to why Arc Raiders may just be breaking the gaming world, some introductions are in order. I am your host, Josh. And well, if you want to know how bad it is, this is a real conversation that just took place. Hey, Ryan, we can record early since everyone's ready, and then we can binge Arc Raiders tonight.
You said 3.
Yeah, I know, dude, but the sooner we knock these recordings out, the sooner we can play together.
But you said 3.
I know, dude, but if we knock this out now, we can play all night long, Ryan.
But you said 3.
Ryan, get help, buddy. Okay, and to make it formal, he's our resident recovering Arc Raiders addict. We're just hoping he can make it through this episode. It's Ryan.
I need my fix. We gotta finish quick, guys.
I am trolling Ryan, but I am so with you, dude. If it wasn't for the dedication to this podcast, we would have just posted like, hey, I'm sorry, we don't have any recordings this week, people. You know, like legitimately, if I didn't think the outcry of just skipping a week of episodes would be loud, this wouldn't be happening right now.
Let's just a sign. Playing Arc Raiders, yeah. Be back soon.
Yeah, be back next week. Sorry. Oh, man. All right. And joining us, he could care less about Arc Raiders because it's a mainstream game. And we all know how he feels about those. But I do know he's super hyped for Constance. It's Ace.
Oh, yeah. I'm saving all my energy for Constance. That's when you'll have to pull me away.
I love this, Ace, because look, man, this is one of our tenets of this podcast is that gamers are all different and everybody loves different kind of games, you know? And it's like, while Ryan and I are on the Battlefield 6 and we just jumped off that train so fast.
Oh my gosh, that was so fast. Yeah.
To Arc Raiders.
Put in my veins.
I love it because Ace is like, I don't know, guys. I'm not really this interested in that game. I'm going to pass. Ace, you're doing, you're playing Control, so we can spill the beans. You're playing Control. Because you got hijacked by our community to play that. But this is why I love this, because it's like, you know, while the world is going, man, Arc Raiders, there are absolutely at least a dozen people out there that are like, bro, I don't care about Arc Raiders, you know? And so I like that we have this kind of difference in game takes and tastes and things like that. So
good to have perspective.
Exactly. Even if you are missing out like crazy right now. Ace. All right, guys, before we get into all things Arc Raiders, we got a couple people to thank, man.
Again. Yeah. I like this.
It's almost like it's the holiday season and people are feeling all generous. And it's like, yeah, man, you know, I want to give back to my favorite podcast. These guys that are passing up playing Arc Raiders to sit down and record, even if we are talking about Arc Raiders,
for the people.
Yeah, exactly. We're here for everybody. But there are the people out there that recognize the sacrifice that we're making. And we want to thank you. So, Mr. McSweaty upped his pledge from rare to epic. Ooh. And not to be outdone, but Ricky LUFC also joined him in that upgrade path and went from rare to epic as well.
Oh, sweet.
Boom, baby. Love it.
Thank you
so much for the support. Both of these guys are awesome. They're in the Discord, very active. I think we've played some games with them too. So it's been cool to see them come on in and hang out and join the Oasis.
It was probably Arc Raiders.
Yeah, right.
That's probably what
it may have been Arc Raiders. I will say this. This is what's cool. We actually gave away a couple copies of Arc Raiders in our Discord server. So if you're not in the Discord and you're like, hey, I don't really care about talking to people, you might be missing out on free games at the same time too. So come lurk, man. It's okay. We don't mind. But here's what I love, dude. These are two people that took the time to support this podcast. And after doing so and becoming part of the community, they went, okay, this is actually way better than I thought. You guys hype this up all the time, but you're not joking. This is actually like an amazing place. And to see people go from I want to support to I want to support more is honestly one of the most humbling things that we can see. You know, we do this podcast because we love it. We're passionate about video games. We're friends that just love talking games. But to see people that go like, I want to support that, to no, I really want to support this, really does mean the world to us, everybody. So,
yeah,
you know, we don't ever want to take that for granted. We don't ever want to take for granted the time that people put into helping this podcast, the fact that they support this podcast, you know, with their hard-earned money and things like that. It is not lost on us. It will never be lost on us. And we're always just honestly kind of shocked and humbled by it as well. So
I agree, dude. Real quick too, I posted in the announcements, you know, and I got goosebumps with you talking about that. Like, I popped in just to check some stuff, and I see just full white on the Discord, and it was just because everybody's talking with each other. And then I look in the VC and I see 2 or 3 groups all just hanging out playing games together. So that to me, it just means something different, because I think that we just have such a cool community that is so rare in this space that I absolutely love. I think it's fantastic. If you're not a part of it, you definitely should join. Like Josh said, even if you're a lurker, we love our lurkers. Hang out for a while, and then eventually, you know, hop in and play games with people. There's always somebody trying to play the game that you love. So definitely check it out. It is a safe space for everybody. It is amazing, and we're very proud of it. We are definitely proud of what we've created.
Yep, it's beautiful.
That's how we met Ace. Honestly,
yeah,
it
is
true.
Here
he is, dude. I mean, if you need any more proof than to say, dude, we play games. We love playing games with people. I mean, I've been jumping into Arc Raiders with multiple different people. It is awesome to play games with people without the fear of them like getting toxic on you, without worrying about what they're going to say. Everybody's just there to have fun. So there you go. It's, you know, it sounds like a pitch, but it's like, because we know that there's people out there that want this type of community, and it does exist. And that's why we kind of talk about it all the time. So there you go. All right, boys. Oh man.
Let's go, baby.
It's Arc Raiders time. Guys, do you remember when we first, dude, I think it's been almost 2 years now, if I remember right, where we very first covered Arc Raiders when it was very first announced. It was part of a Twig episode that Paul was on. Ryan, you weren't even on the show yet.
Okay.
And we went, dude, this game looks crazy.
Episode.
Yeah, it was. And so we have been following Arc Raiders for a long time now. You know, famously, I got to play the closed beta test for, like, I did 3 matches. I was instantly wowed by it, but I really didn't get to play enough of it to kind of really get a full scope of the game. I just remember hopping in and going, whoa, this game looks really good. And whoa, this game sounds really good. And then I got wrecked instantly, like all 3 matches. And I think that's when Expedition 33 was coming out. So I went, cool, I'll just check this game out later when it's closer to release. Then we had the Server Slam.
Yeah, buddy.
And Ryan, you got to play the Server Slam. I got to play the Server Slam. But here's the deal, people. Server Slam happened the weekend after Battlefield 6 released. And anybody that has listened to this podcast for any length of time knows how freaking excited we have been for Battlefield 6.
And still are.
And still are. But to have this like temporary, you know, Server Slam come out, and we went, okay, well, we have to play it. You know, we really have Battlefield 6 on the mind, but it's just a weekend. Let's play it. Ryan, that was your first experience with Arc Raiders, yes?
Yes.
Okay. I just want that initial impression of the Server Slam, and you hop in and you because here's the thing, the game dumps you in a tutorial right away. Yep. No cutscenes, no nothing. Boom. Your first time playing, you're in this tutorial. And I think the tutorial is instantly what, like, people are like, okay, like, is this what the game's like? So what was your very first impression hopping into Arc Raiders for the very first time?
Man, in the moment, I was almost instantly a little overwhelmed when I walked in and I looked at this world, looked at what they've created, and I'm like, okay, so I'm supposed to do what now? I got to go just collect stuff. And, you know, I know a lot of people have played Tarkov and all these other games, and extraction shooters out the wazoo, but this one just felt a little different right off the bat. And to me, like, my first impressions were just, I really feel immersed in this world, looking around and hearing the sounds, the audible nature of what I've kind of been, I've been forced into. It was something different than I've experienced before. And instantly I was like, okay, I think they may have something here.
Does the tutorial do a good job, like, introducing you to the extraction genre without being too, like, hand-holdy?
I would say no.
It's very hand-holdy.
No, in my opinion, what the tutorial does is it wows you with the quality of game that you have just got put into. Like, to me, that's what sets the tutorial apart, is the second you load in, the graphics are freaking top notch, dude. There is dust blowing across the ground. You've got broken down cars. It's this post-apocalyptic scenery. And it says, hey, go loot this car, right? And you start running forward. You're like, okay, these controls feel good. The animations are spectacular. It's like you said, Ryan, it immerses you into this world where you are within the first, like, legitimately, and I know this sounds crazy, like, within the first, like, 10 seconds, dude, you were just like, whoa. Like, is this the game? Does it really look this good? Does it really sound this good? And you go up and, like, you loot the trunk of a car. And while you're doing that, they call it breaching. You're breaching the trunk and your guy's, like, prying at it with a crowbar. And you hear the sound of, like, bending metal and the metal shrieking and stuff. And you're like, ooh, this is kind of loud. Is this like, but audibly it sounds incredible. And then it's like the trunk pops open, you loot a couple things. And it's got the same Tarkov mechanic where the loot does not show instantaneously. It takes like a second or two for each square to show up, right? So then it's like, okay, it introduces you to that. And then you run up into a store and it gets dark and you have your little flashlight on and it gets quiet and you're kind of like, okay, well, this is dark and scary in a way. And then it teaches you how to breach through a door. And while you're breaching the door, two people run up and kill you just out of the blue. And you're like, what the heck, man? And then the game fades and then you kind of come to, and then you continue on, and then it puts you into a little bit of a very easy combat scenario. And then right at the end, it does have like an extract. So you push the button and you wait, one little drone flies over, you shoot the drone down, and then you escape, and now you're into the game.
Okay.
But dude, like, it's hard to quantify, dude, but like, instantaneously you just get this, like, is this really how good this game is going to be? Like, is this can't be the game, right? Like, this is just the finely crafted tutorial or something. Dude, it's the game, man.
It's the game,
the
man.
Whole game is
it's
like
the
this,
game.
Yes.
That's impressive. That's very impressive.
That honestly is the easiest way to quantify it, Ace. In 2025, in the world that we live in with Unreal Engine 5 and all of these things, Arc Raiders just instantly is impressive. And you kind of go like, okay, but what's the gameplay like? Right? Like, that's the real kicker, right? So you go into your main base and it's this kind of just static base. You can click some vendors. This is very much Escape from Tarkov at this point, right? Mm-hmm. You go to your vendors, right? I think I asked you this, but you'd never played Escape from Tarkov, right?
I have not. No, I've dabbled just a teeny bit, but never like really anything like worth anything.
Right. Okay. I don't like Escape from Tarkov. So anybody that's like, I don't like Escape from Tarkov, like, Josh. I don't like Escape from Tarkov, and I know that's going to upset people, right? Like, sorry, but I don't. It's too sweaty. We've talked about this. We did a deep dive on Escape from Tarkov.
Yeah.
And so here's the thing. You get into this world. This game is absolutely copying points of Escape from Tarkov. The loot system, the base system, the vendors, you have a workshop where you can, purchase workbenches and things like that let you do crafting and that sort of stuff. Then you go into the world and you say, okay, I want to play the game. Ryan, I'm going to throw it back to you because now you get into your first map and this is the real deal. And you do know that this is a PvE VP game. So no matter where you are and what you are doing, there is no safe zone. There is PvP. Nope. Any character that you come across can try to kill you.
Yep.
And if they kill you, they can loot your body and take all your stuff. So anything that you enter with can be lost. Ryan, take us through what that first match is like.
Okay, so for me, my first match, I popped in and I was lucky enough to see some ding dong solo running because I was solo. going across this area, and there was a row of columns, and it just the atmosphere and the sound quality is so good. You can see them off in the distance, and you can see that they're there, and you can hear them. So I threw it. Maybe they were a little more, non experienced as I was. I guess I'll say that. I wasn't better, but we'll see. I was hiding between the columns, and you could pop out left to right, like you can on any of these games. And eventually they came up. I smoked him because he was coming walking up. He was just crawling up. He's like creeping up, and he's like crawling. Like, what was that? He's like looking around, and I could see him because here's the deal with this game is it's third person, so you can do that little kind of glitch where you can kind of get it and you can angle it like this, and then you can see off that side over there, and you can see him rolling up. So he's rolling up. I angled up, shouldered my gun, left side, pop, 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 pop. He's dead. And you can loot him up. So once you loot him up, then you get all his gear. You can pull up whatever he has. But then it's, now I got some good stuff. So you're kind of stressed. So you have to find these extraction zones. You have to find a way to get out with that loot and maybe pick some more up on the way. But everywhere you go, there's the threat of what that guy just went through running into me. So like somebody else could do that to me at any point, which happened a ton. I was killed more times than I care to admit. Trust me. So you get in there, and that first experience, like, I hope it's better for other people than it was for that guy that I faced. But you get out there, you experience the world, you try to collect some materials, and then you find an extraction zone. You trigger it with the button. Maybe it makes a lot of noise. We talk about
it makes a lot of noise, dude.
We talk about the audio a lot in this one. Is that noise attracts the arcs? The arcs are going to come. They're going to check things out. So you have to hide. You have to be careful. And it also, attracts the other, the other raiders. So you have to be, cognizant of that as well. So you get off to the side. The thing comes to the top, and then you're able to extract back down to the bottom and take your loot back with you, get your XP, get the things that you've been able to pull out and get from this land in that run or in that raid. But man, that kind of initial experience was like nothing else. I was blown away right away because just of that interaction immediately with another raider, like that hooked me right off the bat.
How integral to this game is the sound and the noise? Like, how important
huge,
to the gameplay
huge,
is it?
dude. It's so big. It's so big.
The audio. So we're gonna I want to talk about this for a second. So that's good timing. I just saw a buddy pop up said is now playing Arc Raiders, and I'm like, oh, dude, I can't.
Thing is playing.
I want to play.
Thing.
Like, let me in. Here's the thing, dude. People that have been listening for a while, I love good audio. I talked about Senua's Sacrifice. Senua's Saga has some of the best audio. Good audio in a game is immersive and important. Dude, I don't make this claim lightly. Arc Raiders might have the best audio I've ever heard in a game. Like, like honestly, dude.
That's
honestly.
Crazy.
It's, dude, I can't begin to describe.
Yeah.
The Ark. So the Ark are these weird robot things that are just, apparently they've taken over the world. They live on the surface. Humans live underground. It's kind of like the Matrix in that sense. But like, they go from anything from these little drones that seem very non-threatening to these absolutely Goliath walking, like, mechanical nightmares that you don't want to trifle with at all. The beauty of the Ark is that they are smart. Dude, they're like the AI in this game is honestly pretty incredible. And what seems like an innocent little guy can turn the tide of something really, really quickly, dude. One little drone that sees you at the wrong time that is now flying down to try to attack you alerts other things around you. It always happens when you're trying to avoid a player. Like, dude, and it goes from like normal gameplay to chaos in a heartbeat. But dude, the audio in this game is unlike anything I've heard before. From the sounds that the Ark make, they sound like modems sometimes. Yeah. They make these crazy sounds. It is exactly what you would think like alien smart robotic species would make. It sounds vaguely familiar as humans because, again, it kind of sounds like the old, 56K baud modems when they're connecting to the internet. You can find crash probes or live probes that you can hack into to get gear. But when you're doing that, they start like screaming and complaining and alerting other ARC around them. If an ARC sees you, it'll kind of beep and chirp. And then you're like, oh no. And then it'll come down to investigate, and maybe you can hide from it. But if it sees you, it'll start making different sounds. All while that's going on, you were just hearing explosions in the distance, and you were hearing players fighting each other. And the sound from that is freaking incredible, dude. Yeah, you're hearing these gunfights go off in the distance. Cool. And then when somebody dies, it's basically like Hunger Games where a giant flare shoots up into the sky and explodes. And you're like, well, somebody just died.
Somebody died.
Does that add a lot of immersion to the game?
Oh, dude.
To the world?
The immersion level is second to none with the audio in this, dude.
Go ahead, Josh.
I was just going to say, even from like looting is dangerous because of the sound it makes, dude.
Yes.
Like when you go to loot a container, your guy has to pry it open. And I can't tell you how many other players we have realized are in the same building as us because you can hear them looting a container.
That's terrifying.
And then we're like, guys, there's somebody around. There's somebody around. You know, like everything in this game is about the audio and about the noise that you make and what's going on around you, dude. It is unlike honestly, another game that I've experienced with how much it impacts the actual gameplay.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. And then even as atmospherically, like you hear the wind in the trees, like you hear it blow through. You hear, the
rain
water,
in the leaves.
The rain dropping down through the leaves and hitting the rooftops. When you go into the house, then it gets a little quieter, and you're like, okay, cool. But even still, like Josh says, when you come in, you have this pry bar. Everyone has this. It's kind of a standard utility.
It's like a pickaxe kind of.
It's like a pickaxe pipe pry bar thing that you got, crowbar, and you go, and that's how you get in and breach all these things. And when you do it, like you said, if there's a probe or something else, it's like, and it's making all these crazy noises, and you're like, oh my God, and you're looking around because you can like kind of 3D view around you as you're doing it, and probes will stop and they'll be like, and they'll turn and they'll come this way because they can hear it. So the audio nature of this game, like it's just, I don't know, it's something else. I've been blown away. This is something you really, really need to play with a headset. Kind of like we did with Phasmophobia. Like it makes such a big difference to really dive into this world because you just feel a part of it. You hear the footsteps, you hear people running, you hear the pop shots off to the side. A crew's fighting something over there. Let's go get them, or let's go help them. Whatever you want to do. There's a million different.
Calls the extract.
Yeah.
So you hear the siren blares, right? And it squeals, and you're like, somebody's trying to extract.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a reason they do that. That's why they do that. That's why they make the noises the way they make them. I just think there's the audio is almost as important as the visual nature in this game. Like it's something else, man. It is really, really good.
It's like I said this before, but I'm going to say it again. It might be the most impressive audio I've heard in a video game, dude. Like honestly, with
That's
the way
such high
that
praise, dude. It's such high praise.
The way that it affects the gameplay and how you play the game is incredible to me. So, all right, listen, we got to take a quick break. We're going to hear from one of our sponsors for this episode, and then we'll be right back. Today's episode is brought to you by our friends at Trophy.ai. Y'all know I love me some Rocket League. I have over 1,900 hours in the game, and part of the fun is always trying to get better. Well, Trophy.ai helps you do that. It gives you real-time feedback that actually adapts to your play style. It's not just generic tips. It's got a huge library of mechanic lessons and training packs with live demos from pro players so you can watch and learn instantly. Mini games to help you train and master those difficult mechanics in a fun and engaging way. It's got in-game overlays that call out mistakes instantly so you can correct them while you play. It also gives you personalized match analysis showing exactly what you need to fix after every game. Trophy.ai will help you improve faster, stop wasting time guessing and grinding, learn smarter. It gives you the confidence boost you need. You're going to know why you missed that crucial save, missed that aerial, or why you lost at kickoff, and it will also teach you how to fix it. The best part is you get a free 7-day trial. It is risk-free. There is no downside to it. You will see progress in just 1 week. Head on over to Trophy.ai. Use code VGP at checkout when you sign up for your free 7-day trial. Again, that is code VGP head on over to trophy.ai, TROPHI.ai to up your game. All right, we're back. Look, I know we've been gushing over the visuals in this game, the audio in this game. Let's talk about the gameplay for just a second. One of the things that I think we take for granted is there are a lot of people that don't understand what an extraction shooter actually is. Like, we've had people in our community say, hey, I'm hearing all the hype for Arc Raiders. I don't understand what's an extraction shooter, and so for anybody that's unaware, this is basically a game where you go into a world. They call it a raid. That's the common term for just going into a match, right? Is you go into this raid, you wander around this world, you loot items that, you put into your inventory. There's always the risk of other players. We've already talked about if you come across somebody, you can kill them. You can take everything on their body. You are generally limited by the inventory space that you have. These games they're cheap with the inventory and how much you can loot and get out with. But, so that creates this like, okay, I'm full. Let's go extract, guys. And the way that you keep your gear is to go to the extract point, wait a little bit. There's always that very high tension moment while you're waiting for the extract because it's making a ton of sound and it's telling people that you're leaving with lots of gear. And if they want to come kill you, now's the time to do that. And so it makes it very tense. But if you successfully extract, you keep that gear. It goes into a stash back at your base. And then when you go on another run, you can decide which gear you want to bring with you. Again, if you die, whether it's to the Ark or to another player, you lose all your gear. That's it. So it is very high risk, high reward, but they call it an extraction shooter because it's a shooter by nature, but the goal is to extract with your gear. Okay. And so these games generally are very high risk, high reward. They're not for everybody. I totally get that because some people hate the idea of losing all of your loot.
I was going to say it's a very off-putting thing for me to be like, I build this great loadout and then just because I'm not as good as someone else, I lost all of it. It's like, it
is tough. I'm not going to lie. It is not my favorite thing. I will say that Arc Raiders does a good job of giving you enough stuff that you don't feel too bad if you lose something. But at the same time, that's the high risk part, right? Like it sucks, dude. You go in with a good loadout where you're like, bro, I got this new weapon. I got this upgraded shield. I'm going to try out this new grenade I got. And then you get ganked by somebody and you're like, oh, come on, man. No.
Dude, 99% of the time when I go with a free loadout, because you can select free loadout, it'll give you a gun, maybe some other side options, and then some bandages and some ammo. And then that won't take away from your own stash. So it's kind of no risk, high reward if you want to go in. Every time I do that, no problems at all. I come back with a mound of loot. But when I set myself up and I get all my good gear and I'm like, this is the one. I am gonna
wreck house.
I got some legit stuff now. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna wreck some people up. That's when I die every time, dude. Yeah. I swear. It's every time.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite things that this game does, and I know Escape from Tarkov does this, but I don't think they do it nearly as well. Is you can go into a match with a free loadout. It just gives you a random kit. That's it. If you extract with that random kit, you get that stuff. So you now got that gun and you got that grenade and you got that shield charger that the random kit gave you if you get out. And if you die, it's like, well, it doesn't really matter because I got that stuff for free anyway. Now it's all very basic beginner level stuff, but I'll tell you what, if you're good at PvP, you can kill somebody. Like the game is fair at that point, like you still have a shot of downing somebody and then getting a massive upgrade and getting out with it. All right, listen, we are starting to run low on time. I want to talk about some of the stuff that keeps this game going, right? Because, I feel like this game has some serious longevity to it where they have given you kind of permanent progression paths and they've given you things to work for. So while you were out in the world and you are looting things, you are acquiring materials. And a lot of times you don't even know what the heck these materials are for, right? And you fill up your stash really quickly because I'm a hoarder and I don't want to spend anything because I don't know what to do, And so it's like your stash fills up very quickly. But there's a kind of a game within this game when you're back at your base where you are trying to manage your stash because, again, you have limited inventory and your stash at the same time. You have these vendors that are giving you quests, right? Where they're saying, hey, you're going topside. I'm doing research on these explosives. I need you to bring down one of the Ark with this explosive grenade. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. I can do that. Another vendor might say, hey, I need you to go check out this point of interest on this map. Okay. And then come back and report to me. So the game is always giving you something to do while you're in the world, at the same time that you're just playing the game and trying to survive and get loot at the same time. And for somebody like me that absolutely loves having a purpose to why I'm doing what I'm doing and progression, dude, it scratches that itch for me. Like, so it is just so great, dude. Like, honestly, you're going to lose your gear and it's just poof, it's gone. But if you extract with a toaster, you know what I mean? Like, bro, you need 3 toasters.
I need 3 toasters
to upgrade this bench. So now your bench can be level 2 and you can make higher level gear now. Toasters are rare. You're only going to find them in one spot. You're only going to find them in residential areas. So it's like, well, so now you're looting apartments and you don't care what's going on in the rest of the map. But guess what? Somebody else is probably looking for toasters too, right? And so now it's like, what happens? Are they friendly? Because people in this game can be friendly. You don't have to PvP. And Ace, you mentioned it, that proximity chat has changed the gaming world for the better, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is my favorite modern thing we've added to games is proximity chat.
I love it, dude. And there is many a moment where you realize that somebody else is in the same building as you because, again, you can hear them. And you just start going like, friendly? And then you hear them back go, friendly. And you're like, oh, cool.
Don't shoot.
You looking for toasters? You looking for toasters? You're like, yeah, man. Yeah. Okay. Hey, I'll take this level. You take that level. And then people start actually working together, which is crazy in a game where it's like you can kill each other, but you don't have to. And that adds to the game in its own way as well. I have met some really cool people just randomly going friendly. Okay, cool, man. Like, and just working together, at that point.
Have you been betrayed yet?
Yeah, they should have like a shirt. Just
I have not actually.
I'm surprised. Friendly. I'm shocked.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that exists, but it's one of those things where it's like I was hiding in a bush messing with some settings and I heard voice chat and apparently I didn't have my microphone set up properly and this guy's like sitting there talking to me and I'm trying to talk back to him, realizing my mic doesn't work. So I start just doing the universal crouch up and down, thing. And then he's like, oh, your mic not working? It's cool, dude. Just, hey man, watch out. There's some dudes over there that are like killing people. So just stay out of that area. And then it's like, and then I just crouch up and down some more to let him know like, hey, thanks, dude. And it's like, and then he just runs off.
Communication for I'm not a threat.
Yeah. Exactly, dude. So, there are a multitude of maps, and each level is spectacular, dude. From Beautiful. The visuals to the vibe. You start off in the damn battlegrounds. You unlock the Buried City, which is this sandy, deserty, sunsetty looking thing. There's a spaceport. There's the Blue Gate, which looks like you're in Nepal in the mountains. It's absolutely freaking gorgeous, dude. They're already talking about new maps. There's a new map that's coming later in November.
Wow.
And then they're making snow levels. Where you can have snow weather effects on the already existing maps. Like, dude, this game came out of, I don't want to say it came out of nowhere because we've been talking about it for a while, but I never in a million years expected to like Ark Raiders as much as I like it, dude. Like, it has completely caught me off guard with how much I am enjoying this game. Are you the same way, Ryan?
I'm exactly the same way. It's one of those things where, almost like a restaurant where you're like, oh, I've heard that's pretty good. And then you go there and it's like, like the music starts after you take that first bite and like, the heavens come down and everything's amazing. That's what it feels like. We hopped in and we're like, oh, this is something different. Like, okay. And then we're hooked. We're playing till 2 a.m. We're waking back up at 6 a.m. and hopping back on again. And you're playing before
thinking
work.
About canceling recording so that we can play
absolute
more.
Cancel recording so we can play. And it's one of those games where you just are like, how can I fit my life around Ark Raiders instead of how can I fit Ark Raiders around my life? Like it became something that is so far. I mean, and right now, as of this moment. There is 320,000, almost 321,000 people playing this moment, and this is just on SteamDB.
That's a lot of junkies.
That is so many people, and this thing is like man, it's something different. I was not expecting this. I was expecting it to be good. We played the beta and we got in early. We knew that it had some really good core base mechanics. We knew that it looked like it was going to be right. Were they going to execute? And honestly, dude, they did. This has been phenomenal. What a launch. What an amazing game. I have had nothing but good times playing it. I've had nothing but good times watching the content from other people playing it. It is something that is taken over my life for sure. Like it's amazing.
It's really hard to quantify, dude. It really is. It is. We have a very active community. I can't tell you how many people that have been like, I've been seeing people gushing it. I got FOMO, so I picked it up. This isn't really my kind of game, but I can't not try it because everybody is talking about it. And then I love that like 4 hours later, I see, okay, guys, I'm 3 matches in. Oh my gosh. There's something special about this game. Like I am having a blast. Like where did this come from? And we see it over and over and over again.
And it's $40.
And it's like,
it's $40.
$40, dude.
It's not 70. It's not 80.
Yes.
It's not 90. It's $40.
This $40 game blows some of these $70 and $80 games out of the water.
Absolutely.
Dude, with how I have yet to encounter a bug. Now, I did crash. I think it was just a bad boot on my system. I had a couple crashes. I rebooted. I haven't crashed since then. The servers have been flawless up till today. This is the very first day where they had a couple server issues, but again, they just got 100,000+ new people like almost overnight. There is something special about Arc Raiders. I did not expect to like this game as much as I liked it. I'm with Ryan. I knew it was going to be good. I had no idea that it was going to take over my life like this, dude. I want to play this game every freaking available second that I have.
and I love Battlefield. Battlefield was amazing. And I'm just like, battle what? Like, I'm raiding, baby. Like, come on.
I have not touched Battlefield since I have gotten on like just hooked by Arc Raiders, dude. Here's the other thing. This is a squad-based game, up to 3 man. You can do solo runs, dude. Solo runs to me are absolutely fun. Like, you play it differently. You're really probably not looking for PvP when you're doing solo. You're playing a little bit more stealthy, but it's higher tension. You can still try to gank people if you want. The game does a phenomenal job of trying to group solo players with solo players, which is fun. That's cool. Great. It groups people by gear score so that you're not super overmatched and feeling like you're just getting absolutely obliterated. Like this game, dude, what's the worst part about this game, Ryan? Like, honestly, if you had to say the thing that you're least excited for or bugs you, what is it?
Oh man. The server stuff today has been a little bit of an issue, but other than that, like, it's been, gosh, I'm trying to think of what would be the worst thing.
I did this. I asked you first because I want to know.
Well, like, and Josh mentioned like dropping in solo, like, it's almost like its own separate community of the solo drops, because when you drop in with the squad, you're 3 man running around. Everyone wants to kill everyone, and that's what happens. And that's cool. It's whatever. But solo, I've noticed, and I've run a lot of solo, is everyone seems to work together. Like, you'd see someone friendly, and then you're like, hey man, what are you looking for? Oh, I'm looking for some lemons, and you go and you get some lemons, and you're running these quests, or hey, I'm just running challenges. Occasionally you have guys shoot at you and whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, everybody works together. So the worst thing is a quick story. I worked so hard to get this challenge done, and I got all the things I needed, and I'm near the end. I get to the extract, and I see a crew there, and I'm like, hey guys, friendly, and they're like, yeah, cool. And I see a drone coming across, and I'm like, yeah, we're about to leave. So I take a couple pop shots. It comes at, and it wrecked me. I was not expecting to do what it did, and it destroyed me, and I'm down. But the cool thing in this game is if you're down, you can crawl. And you can get out, you can extract. And I'm sure if you've seen the videos, you've seen people extract that way. I'm almost to the launch hatch, and I hear the guy over the voice comms, the world comms, and he's like, no, wait. And the guy hits the thing, and he shuts the door right in front of me as I'm walking up. So, like, there's just, it's a couple weird things like that where it's like, oh, come on, man, of guys, but they didn't kill me on the spot. So I can't complain that much, because there was 2-on-1. So honestly, this game, other than the server issues we ran into today, its launch was flawless, and everything we've experienced has been amazing. The mechanics, the system, all of it, I absolutely love. So this thing is like, I'm addicted, dude. I'm a junkie. I can't wait till we can finish this dumb podcast that we do, so I can go and play this game again.
I'm with you, Ryan. Like, okay, look, I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Rate the game, and then we'll get out of here so we can go play some more.
Let's go.
How would you rate it, Ryan?
For me, I mean, gosh, I mean, I'm 15 plus 20 hours in or so. This is like a 9.5. Like, this is top tier.
That
dude.
is exactly my rating, dude.
This is
no
top.
lie. I'm sitting. Look, I did not expect this.
Yeah.
I don't know where it came from. I don't know why I am so addicted to this dude. Even my family is like, they know. And my wife even said, she is an amazing wife. She's a gamer wife. Like, she understands, but she's like, I'm glad that you're having so much fun with this game. Like, I have not seen you like this in a while, you know? And it's like, I don't know what it is. I did not expect this. I thought this would be a little diversion, then we'd be back to Battlefield 6. Bro, I have zero interest in playing Battlefield 6 right now. That's not a slam to Battlefield 6. I freaking love Battlefield 6. It's just that Arc Raiders is really this good. The gameplay loop is so addictive. Every run gives you a story to tell. You know, like, I love playing with different people. Everybody plays differently. Some people that I play with are like commandos and want to just go wreck everybody. Some people are like high rollers. Well, they'll bring the highest level gear they can into a match. And I'm like, guys, I don't know about that, man. And they're like, no risk it, no biscuit, baby. You know, like, I freaking love it, dude. I am with you. It is a 9.5. I know there are people that are going to be like, no, that's recency bias. Maybe. But dude, you cannot deny that this is one of the most beautiful games I've seen. It has the best audio for a game, I think, ever. It's polished. It's fun. It is addictive. It's $40. You can play with your friends. I mean, they have a roadmap already. It's an amazing studio. This is the same studio that made the finals, by the way. So Embark Studios, they know how to make a game. This has everything in the world going for it, dude, right now. And I just want to be on this train, and I'm having a blast, dude. I feel like I'm hanging my head out the window
train,
just,
baby.
You know, just hair that I don't have flapping in the breeze, you know, like just sun shining on me, just like, ah. So 9.5 from Ryan and I. Ace,
you're missing
I
out.
can't rate a game I didn't play.
I want to say you're missing out, but again, I get that this game is not for everybody. Like, honestly, it may not be for everybody, but oh my goodness, if it's for you, it is so for you.
It is so for you.
I assure you, all the random squads out there are thanking me for not playing right now.
Yeah, maybe there's no real healers in this game, Ace. You can revive your teammates, but that's about it.
And if Tarkov was a little too sweaty for you, this is kind of where you can play. This is kind of a home for you there, man. This is something that it's almost like I've met a lot of randos online. I met a lot of people playing that we were talking about a game as we were, meeting up in the match, and it's just almost like the Division Dark Zone. It's there, but
it's PUBG. It's PUBG meets the Division.
Yeah,
meets
it's like
awesome,
it's like a crazy mix that just works, man. You're just like, oh, everything about this just works, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go play, guys. We're ending this episode, everybody.
We're done.
We love you. We hope that if you were on the fence, this kind of sealed the deal for you. Again, it may not be your type of game, and that's fine. But again, if you are even remotely interested or curious, I think that you will absolutely be blown away by this as well. So we say that as gamers because we want you to have fun. We get nothing out of people purchasing this game. We just like to see people loving video games. Ryan, you mentioned it. We love seeing, multiple groups in our Discord, playing together and just having a good time. So, hey, real quick, remember to follow this podcast. Click that plus button, that follow button, rate us 5 stars. It's super important for the algorithm and for the podcast and other gamers to find us. There's a link to our Discord in the episode description. If you want to be like Ricky and Mr. McSweaty, at the beginning to support the show, there's a link to our Patreon in the episode description as well. We give you a ton of awesome perks, behind the scenes content, pre-shows, all kinds of cool stuff. But we need your support as well. So please take a second to do that. That's going to do it for this episode, everybody. Ryan, you ready to go play?
Let's go play, buddy.
Let's go. All right. Until next time, happy gaming.
See ya.
Peace out.